Good stuff.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
This is a song, like if I had like a walkout song to coaching,
Yeah, there you go.
this would be how I'd start.
Really, I think that needs to be a thing.
It really should be.
You know? I mean, our little softball girls, they get a walk-up song.
They do?
Coaches need a walk-up song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Kenlyn has made dances to everybody's walk-up songs. There's nothing okay about them, but she loves doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I need to come to a game.
You do need to come to a game.
That reminds me.
I mean, we are full in like.
Did you send us? Did you send a schedule?
I'm sure I did. I bet
don't
you
feel
just
like
don't
you
know how to check
have
things
yet.
sometimes.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
well, I mean, you have your littles and life and stuff going. You don't have
Like,
time for.
That's exactly right. You know what? Speaking of littles, shout out. Thanks to the Coble family for watching Letty.
Letty. Okay, poor girl. Okay? If your kids are still going to daycare, you know they are done. Mm-hmm. When you pick them up, it's done time. They can maybe keep their eyes awake a little bit for a meal, and then it's time to go to bed. Letty got drugged to City League softball. So
I thought you just said that you drug her. I'm like,
no. Well,
gave
yeah,
her
that
Benadryl
too.
and put her
Yes,
to bed.
I
Okay.
did. Yeah, no, should have needed. She didn't even need anything. She was donezo.
Uh-huh.
So we go, and it's also picture night, which means we have to be there an hour earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and it was, and we got home about I think 8:30, and Vivi took her down to read, and it was like lights out, done. She was gonzo, but she didn't. I mean, she did miss you because she said "mommy" a couple times that night, and then in the morning, and then they woke up and they read, and then she was ready to eat. She sat and had breakfast. I don't even remember. I'm trying to think what she had. I don't even remember. Oh, some orange. She really loved the little.
She
cuties.
loves cuties.
Yes, so I
Loves
had
them.
cuties because she even had that for snack before she went to bed, and she didn't want anything done with her hair, which I thought was funny because you do her hair a lot.
I do,
I was like,
yeah.
what are we going to do with your hair? She goes, no. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's because I'm not mom.
Huh.
So anyways,
Interesting. You
yeah.
just took her.
Took her.
Well, she had cute little buns when I picked her up. So I was like, oh, cute hair.
They're probably like, oh, gosh,
This kid.
Mrs. Scopes is not going to want to see this mess.
She was so cute because she apologized. She's like, I'm sorry, mommy. I asked for you when I was at Lena's.
Oh, no.
And,
She shouldn't have to. She shouldn't think that. Oh,
So right now,
poor girl.
she just cries because she just wants me to sleep and snuggle her all night. And so I'm like,
Yes.
okay, listen, if you don't cry for 5 nights, we'll get ice cream. And so then she's like, I'm so sorry I asked for you. I was like, oh, like, that's fine. And then she said that Jake scared her.
Oh, my gosh. He would not leave her alone.
Yeah. And he's like, must have been in the car. And he must
All
have been
the
like,
time.
yeah.
Yes,
And she
yes.
was just like, he was so scary.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
goes, Dad, she doesn't like you, okay? Like, I mean, he was just being obnoxious. And she's not around him enough to, like, have this sense of, like, okay, this guy's just a weirdo. This is the way he is.
You're
no,
funny.
He's terrifying.
Well,
Yeah.
today's going to be such an awesome episode.
It is.
Yeah. So welcome back to another episode of Coaching Caffeine and Comedy. I'm your host, Hayley Copsa.
And I'm Lena.
And today we are going to call our guest in. This person, before we get her on the phone, she played for me. She was one of my first players that I recruited. So like not one of my first players I recruited, but my first team of players that I got to recruit.
Okay.
And I got her from an open tryout.
Nice.
That she came. It was the largest open tryout we had. And immediately I knew that she was something special by how much heart and effort she put into an open tryout. Like
Fantastic.
amazing, amazing human, amazing story, and an amazing successful ending to her story because she just finished one of her chapters of her life and she just graduated from college. And it's just so cool.
Beautiful.
So
I can't wait.
her Ashley Carson.
Ashley.
Yes, we are going to give her a call, and she was so excited because she listens to our podcast. And
Unlike some
she's
people.
like, yeah,
Thank you,
right?
Ashley,
Yeah,
for listening.
Thanks, Ashley, for
Yes.
always being a fellow listener. So let's give her a shout.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I am so excited for you to be on here. Are you?
I hope I'm a good guest.
You're going to be a great guest.
Fabulous. You're going to be amazing.
Yeah. So, did you ever meet Lena when you were here in McCook?
I know I never came over to your house.
Oh, that's rude.
Probably like after games or something briefly. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Oh, so you did come. I thought you said you didn't.
She may have met you after a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
after a game. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ashley, are you at home right now, or where are you?
Yeah, I'm in my apartment.
Oh, she's a big girl. She's got an apartment and everything.
Yeah.
You helped her grow up.
everything.
She's a big girl.
So kind of gave a small introduction of you and told you that, like, why you ended up coming to McCook is because I ended up offering you after an open tryout, but going back, we kind of want to hear a little bit of your story. So first off, take me back to why did you end up coming to an open tryout at McCook?
That's actually, I don't know if I ever told you this story. So what had happened is, I have two sisters, right? My older sister played at UNO at Omaha, got a full ride, and then my twin sister, she had already got offered like early on our senior year of high school to Bellevue University. And I really had no opportunities. We didn't make it to state that year. We ended up losing to the eventual state champions in district finals. Still a little salty about it. But, I was really hoping like I could get some exposure, really. Because like I knew I was like decent and I wanted to keep playing. But I didn't have a highlight film. I didn't have nothing. We were working with passion.
Yeah.
Was really all I had. And we had signed up for a few recruiting websites. And I get the email and it's like, oh, open tryout, McCook Community College. And my sister had been signed up for the same recruiting website too. And I was like, Andrew, did you get the same email? And she did, right? Because it's probably just a mass email.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, like, I don't know if I should go, like, it's just a mass email, whatever. And anyways, I ended up going. And so me and my dad get in the car. We start driving 15 miles out of town. Our car broke down. The alternator just went out. And so luckily we weren't that far. But it was like a whole thing. We came, switched cars, and we got to the tryout on time. And so that's kind of how, that was the story of getting there. So we got there, and that whole night, tryout went well. I was so nervous because, I really didn't have any other options. And I wanted to play. And so I think you called me on, like, we were still driving home. And you called me and you're interested. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was so excited. Anyways, we hang up and go home, get home with my mom. And I'm like, how do I tell her that, like, I only have one eye and one ear, right? Like, that's such a weird thing to bring up to a coach that I don't know, right? And so I believe that next day I called you back. Told you that first. I was like, well, we'll give her a chance if she wants to revoke her offer, and then accepted. And yeah, honestly, that was probably one of the best decisions, was to come to McCook.
So this is so crazy. So my side, we had this open tryout. Ashley comes in, and like at that time, Ashley, didn't we write on legs, like the number?
Yeah, on my shoulder, I think.
Yeah.
Or something.
And so like after we have these open tryouts, we sit down in a meeting room and all of us talk. The girls talk, I talk, and it's like, okay, like who did anybody see? And this conversation was like, okay, if we only got to pick one person, who would we all pick? And everybody picked Ashley. And I'm like, agreed. Goodness. I was like, she is awesome. And I remember this play. It was like 6-on, and you were on the south court on the west side. It was the worst pass in the world, and Ashley made it there and set the most beautiful ball. And right then, that play, I was like, I need this player on my team. And I called you after we had our meeting, talked to you, and then your mom called me.
Wait, what?
Yes. And your mom, she's like, hey, like, this is Ashley Carson's mom.
Wait, Ashley, do you know your mom called her?
No.
Don't tell her I told you.
Oh my gosh, this is so juicy.
She's like, she told me, which now this all makes sense. You're concerned. She's like, you offered my daughter a spot on your team, but like, I just want you to know that she can't hear or see out of her whole left side. And like, I just want to make sure that like, do you still want her? Like, is this, like she called me before, probably after you talked to her. I'm like, probably. And I was like, I told your mom, I was like, she what? Like, I was so confused what she was saying. I was like, what do you mean she doesn't have an eye or an ear? I'm like, what? Like, I had no idea. I was like, no, I want Ashley to be a part of my team. Like, that does not bother me one bit. Like, I had no idea. And like, none of the girls did either. I was like, I don't know. Her mom called me. She said she didn't have an eye or an ear. Like, did anybody else notice this? Because I didn't even look at that. I was looking at like your level and passion for play. And then I was so happy that you ended up taking it. It was like a party.
So then what did you do when Ashley called?
When Ashley called, I was just like, oh, that's not because Ashley told me the same. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah.
You played dumb is what she did.
That's exactly what I did. I'm like, you what?
She does do that sometimes.
It's fine. It's fine. Because your mom even told me about the video. That's how I knew about the video on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she said something about that. They said to tell you hi, by the way.
oh my goodness.
But yeah, they were like,
video on YouTube.
She knew the video. Oh, no, we're not. We're not promoting this. It's about the cringiest thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Ashley won. It was like the U.S. High School Spirit Award for
oh my gosh.
Right? Wasn't it something like that, Ashley?
Yeah. It was like Coaches Association High School Spirit of Sport Award. My aunt actually nominated me for it. So I also had no idea that was coming, which was really awesome.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so they did a whole video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, so people listening to this, they're probably like, what do you mean? Like, okay, so can you help explain why do you not have a left eye or left ear?
Yes. So like I said, I am a twin. And so while I was in my mom's womb, they believe I had a stroke or a blockage in utero, which basically left to the left side of my face, not getting the nutrients in development, not basically left me without vision or hearing on my left side. I have like this cute, tiny little ear. And I also didn't really have much cheekbone on there. And then also cleft lip and palate. And so my parents, when I was born, like before they were born, nothing showed, it was like day of delivery, my mom had us. This is when they found out, right? And thank goodness, everything was fine intellectually. They did all the chromosome checks. Nothing was wrong there. And I'm intellectually intact, which I'm very grateful for. And I believe it was a big relief to my parents too, as you can imagine. But yeah, so I just have some cosmetic defects, mostly on my face. But other than that, like most of the time I forget I'm any different.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And how many surgeries did you end up going through, Ashley?
So around 8 major surgeries, multiple to close my cleft lip and palate. And then I have a lot of nose surgeries. And then also towards the end, my last one was when I was a freshman in high school. And they was more in-depth procedure. And now I have this cute little cheek implant. So I have a left cheekbone, which is awesome. And so, yeah, about 8 major, but my last one was when I was a freshman in high school. So,
wow.
I remember exactly where we were. And I don't know if you remember this, Ashley, or not. The news reporter from McCook came to the gym. I think it was because you came and signed in McCook, right?
I don't remember.
I think when you signed, you came to McCook. And so
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And the McCook news reporter, same guy that there is today. And like you and I were sitting at one of those tall tables outside the gym, and he asked something. He's like, I don't remember what the question was, but it wasn't a nice question the way that he put it with like her hearing and seeing. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, like, how do you play? And she's like, I don't know any different. Like I was born this way and this is the only way I know how to play.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, immediately, I'm like, this good job. I love you. Like you're so inspiring. And you were amazing, like amazing to coach. And you probably have heard that multiple times, but you were a joy to coach.
What other things did you participate in besides volleyball?
Did all 3 sports, volleyball, basketball, and track. But since I did have some surgeries, I never played all 3 at once.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Athlete.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure.
But the one thing, like I know, like obviously my depth perception is kind of off, right? But the one thing, I'm like, okay, basketball is not for me. Like, your teammates, whenever someone's trying to set a screen, your teammates are like, hey, like, don't get, like, wrecked up there. And they would try and help me out, but, like, half the time I couldn't hear them. And then obviously I wouldn't see it. I would get, like, the air knocked out of me on some screens. So that was, like, maybe I love basketball, playing basketball. But I was like, yeah, this might not be the one for me.
Right. And what did you do in track?
track. I ran, I can not do any field events to save my life. So my high school coach called it the Spartan. So I would run the 4x8, the open 4, open 8, and 4x4.
Oh, God.
She was a phenomenal runner.
Jeez.
Phenomenal athlete.
I just got winded hearing it all at once, one time.
Yeah. Ashley was like, because we have to run miles and stuff. Ashley was also pre-baby as well. Well, you were with me one year when we had trip. Is it your sophomore year, right?
Yeah. We were the group. We came to the hospital and everything. Yeah.
Aww. Yeah. And so you had me pre-baby. So I apologize for any PTSD I put you through.
Yeah,
I apologize.
She was rough.
Kira Barr just came in here not that long ago and told me all the horrible things I did. So I apologize. I hope we can still be friends.
She might need to just do some blanket apologies for a lot.
Send some letters out. And I'm just happy you survived through it.
Yes, exactly.
But what was something that like you took away from your time here at McCook Community College?
Definitely how to work hard. And I know our motto was like no excuses. I think my freshman year or something. But like that, you just like embody that. Like you definitely taught us it's like, it doesn't matter. Like you're going to 5 a.m. CrossFit. Like, I don't care, and it's like, okay, I'll be there. And definitely also like, I feel like any athletics, like you just get a tougher skin, you realize, how to come back from criticism, coaching, being coachable. And I feel like that's really helped me, especially in medical school.
Wow.
Ashley was one of those, like everybody coaches, like if you tell somebody to do a workout, like you always have some of those players that like will be complaining the whole time. And then you have those workers that are just doing it and they're killing it. Ashley was.
That's amazing. Good for you.
Yeah. Athlete number 2. So after your time here at McCook, you got your Associate of Science degree here, and then you went to Coker University on the East Coast.
Oh, where is that?
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about that to play volleyball and to continue school?
Oh, awesome.
Yes. So, it's a liberal arts school. It's a small D2. It's like an hour away from Columbia, South Carolina. I really did I loved South Carolina. It was so beautiful. I loved living out there. And school was all good. There was some issues with like transferring credits, but I feel like, I feel like you can't get away from that completely. But then on the volleyball side, it was a new coach. There were just some switch positions internally. And so, I was all excited kind of going there, not really knowing the coach. And I get out there, we start playing, right? And from your workouts, Koza, like I'm used to being like physically drained after every practice. And like that's what made me feel like I was giving 100%, like if I'm not sweating through my shirt, like I didn't try hard enough, right? And so I get out there and like we're not really doing too much. Like we're working on a lot of skills. Very sound technically, like working on skills, but I'm like, I'm hardly sweating. And to me, I'm like, this just doesn't really sit right. Like, I'm like, if this keeps going, like, I'm going to be out of shape. Right. And so I didn't really know the coach that well going on. And so I finally had my first in-person meeting with him. And I basically was like, ask in a nice way, because I didn't have that great of a relationship with him yet, of like, hey, like, can we like condition more? And I think he looked at me like I was like psycho.
I feel like all of you guys though, like from that group, because you guys were my first group I recruited. And like, I feel like all of you had some group message going on that was like, this is ezy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that
Brooklyn, I remember
times.
Brooklyn was like, could you send me some extra workouts?
I know. I should have texted you. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah. So I was just going on, would go and do some little extra stuff by myself. Just, because I felt like you especially let us, like we were so in shape leaving McCook that I didn't want to lose that right away, you know?
Yeah.
So you ended up going to Coker for 2 years, correct?
I actually played there 3 seasons.
Okay, that's what I thought, because the COVID year.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, and that all worked out for me because I wasn't going to be able to graduate on time. It was a too long story to tell. But so I was going to have to stay that extra semester anyway. So it worked out that I got to keep playing. And our record was not the best. You know, that was also a harder transition. I think one year we won like 3 games. Next year, couple games, you know. And so like that was also really, really hard for me because I'm very competitive. Like I hate to lose. And but just like working through that with the girls there. But also volleyball on the East Coast is just a little bit different than Nebraska. Like I feel like in Nebraska it's like more valued, I would almost say. And so it's definitely very interesting. Like the level of play was higher, you know, D2. So it wasn't good, but we were like competitive, but we were like losing every game.
Right. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. So after your 3 or 2.5 years, right?
Yes.
Then, because I knew from the very beginning, like when you came to school here, like you wanted to go into something in the medical field. So then where did you end up going?
Yeah. So then I was applying to physician assistant programs or PA programs. And again here, now, you know, moved from Nebraska to South Carolina. I had no idea. I was open to go to any state. And so I ended up here in Texas. I have some family in town that's close to the school. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely apply there, and got in. The acceptance process of getting accepted into PA school is pretty rigorous. And there's like a whole interview process. You have to do like acting. It was wild, but yeah, so we got in and now I'm in Temple, Texas.
No way.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. And so how many years do you have there? Or didn't you just do something?
Yeah, so I have 1 year left.
Okay.
I think it's a 27-month program, so we're a little over half.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. Wait, there's a junior college also in Temple?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
So where do you want to land when you're done? Like, is there like places you're looking to hopefully go, or?
That's a great question. Right now, I'm probably going to come back up towards Nebraska. My boyfriend's landing in Iowa, so we'll see what happens.
Boyfriend.
I know.
Hey.
He's spilling the tea today.
Yes, we'll have to talk about him here in a second.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably move back up.
Love
back
that.
up to the snow.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I know. Yeah. I also, and I love that you have traveled everywhere and you've just embraced it. Like that. And you probably know this. You are a smart human being. Like you have grown so much, and you're going to realize that when you come back to Nebraska that you have grown tremendously by having made all these fun adventures and meeting people and doing all these things.
Well, that's the fun thing about like the stage she's in. You have these opportunities to go to these different places, meet a great network of people, because you're not really settling down yet. You know, you need to go have all this fun. So good job for you.
So where did you meet this boy from Iowa?
Yes.
Oh, so I met him at Coker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my mom sent me out. You probably remember this, when I went to go visit Coker. I went by myself. So I flew out South Carolina. I think my mom was going to have a panic attack, and went out there. And so the day that I happened to take my tour, it was one of those, like, I don't know, one of the days where they like sponsor and like put on a whole show. And so anyways, his name is Dre, and he happened to be my tour guide, which we didn't talk or anything like that, but it was just funny because everyone else was with their parents, you know, and I was with a bunch of like incoming freshmen, right? And so I'm just over here like just taking a tour. And then I ended up going to Coker, and then that's when we started talking a little bit more and got to know each other. So.
I think you're going to have to send Hayley a picture.
Yes. I see on Instagram. I'm going to start stalking him.
Yes.
Yeah. Send me a photo.
So how long have you been together then?
I believe 3 years.
Wow.
And he's from Iowa?
No, he's a military kid.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yep.
he says he's from Hawaii, but he moved around a lot growing up.
That's awesome. And so he's in the military now?
No, his dad was.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Gotcha.
But what does he do?
Yeah. What's his field of, what's his,
Yes.
So he got his undergrad in communications, and then he did the track, the decathlon and the heptathlon. So he was involved in sports, and then he went on and got his master's while he was still competing in track in sports administration.
Oh my gosh. So you guys are going to be like, if they choose to have children, they are going to be these elite athletes.
Very.
So you need to explain to Copsa, and I'm going to say also myself, what do you do in it? You said decathlon, and what else?
Yeah, to be honest, you do like everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
He tries to teach me. And like obviously he was really good at high jump and he was a sprinter, but then they do like pole vault, javelin, all the things.
Nice.
Whoa.
Yikes.
So he's like athletic. Like, wow.
Yes,
Wowzers.
It's impressive. Ashley
job.
had phenomenal push-ups. I had a good group. That first group was like, I had her and Brooklyn Evans, and those two were workhorses.
Nice.
Yeah, they got to work.
Yeah.
Do you talk to anybody from McCook or Coker?
I still do. I talk to more McCook girls actually.
Oh, really? Oh, that tells
I
you
don't
something.
keep like up to date with them like regularly, but
Yeah.
like if I texting them, they would respond.
Oh,
So fast,
that must have been something Copsa taught. No, she's
Yeah.
smiling so big right now when you said that. She's like,
oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
We're talking about an alumni game. We should all come back.
I know.
That is
That's
such a
because
fun
Hannah.
idea.
Hannah was like, "We need to make this happen." And
Yeah.
having
so
Hannah
fun.
here was great because, I mean, because like she just had so many like memories, and then just like these girls have no idea how lucky they are to have you now. Like,
post
because she'd be
baby.
like, back then,
Yeah.
you even looked at Kobza.
Right.
She has no sympathy. Yeah.
I called her Hayley earlier, and she gave me this look like, "What are you doing?" So I guess we're not on a first name basis, obviously.
Yes, we are.
Well, it doesn't
Yeah,
feel
we
like
are.
it some days. What's one of the things
go.
you loved most about being in McCook? Like, what are some things? And it doesn't have to be one thing. It can be like about the
Being in
community.
McCook?
Yeah. The community, the school.
Definitely the community, like now I'm blanking on the name. When we can come over to,
Adopt
like,
an athlete.
yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
That was so awesome. And that really, because like the dorms are great. They're not the best dorms ever, but what dorms are. But it was awesome to get that experience, but also like if needed, be able to like go escape.
Right. Who is your adopted family?
The Johnsons.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's so good.
Yes.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, because the girls loved you, and that was awesome.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
What else, Ashley?
Yeah, where are places like
What else?
what would you guys do in McCook? Like if you were going out to like hang out,
Do I
like
wanna know
we
this?
don't want to know.
I've heard
like-
some stories
Yeah,
now.
we don't want that version. We want like the family friendly versions of like where would you go? What would you do?
So I, to this day, miss El Puertos so much. We would go there a lot.
Good choice.
That is
Yes.
definitely, and Jolt and Joe's. You guys talk about it on here all the time.
Yes.
And I'm like, I need to go back. just
Yes.
for
Oh, it's
some-
so good. And now, I have my drink. You know, let's take a
Oh,
moment.
God.
We need to thank our sponsors, Jolt and
do.
Joe's, for their ongoing support.
Yes.
El Porto. Ashley's named 2 of them.
Yes.
And if she was still here, she'd know about the last one, Wild Ass Soap.
Yeah.
So
well, we would probably take her to all those places
sure.
because
Yeah.
we would want to, give her the best of the best.
Yeah.
So why not? Yeah.
I still have a video of Ashley on my phone, and I use this and I show it to all of my setters. I'm like, this is what sets should look like.
Oh.
And Ashley did them like, there's no clip in the video. It's one solid video, and she goes through every single set. You did it for me, Ashley, after you were here with your dad.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
No, I have no recollection.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I show that to all my players. I'm like, this is what a go looks like. And I was like, and she doesn't even mess up.
Oh my goodness.
She's
good
so
job. Good job. Tell me
The other
something
thing-
about. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, go.
Yes, go.
The other thing I'm thinking about, I'm like, the one thing that you made us do, which at the time, at the time I felt like we were almost like free labor for the city of McCook.
Yeah. Talk to us, girl.
But
Talk
just,
to
like,
us.
You would just like have us go do all these volunteer opportunities and like be like, oh, go put these posters up, and everything with P2K. And like at the time, I was like, you kept us so busy, But I just want to say I'm so grateful for that, because that was like all my experiences to get into med school. Like, I didn't even need to like do anything at Coker, really. You know what I mean? Where it's
Right.
like,
Oh, nice.
I
see
always,
what
I
you're
tell
saying.
people that. I'm like, I'm building your resume at McCook.
Yes, I
You're
see
not
what you're
just
saying.
coming here to be a volleyball player, kids.
Right. That's huge, though. That's so
Yeah.
good, and it gets you to be so much more part of the community.
And
when everyone says
Ashley
that-
never got in trouble. So she also didn't have those extra things to put on her resume and her extracurricular activities like some of her teammates did. So that I know of, she was probably, usually it was like, well, when you guys went to New Orleans.
Oh, goodness.
oh, I was going to bring this up.
Yeah. I just remember, I don't remember who I was talking to, but they're like, Kobza, Ashley's coming with us, so we'll be okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like the selling point, apparently.
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
beautiful.
Because I'm like, I don't think this
wait,
is a
was
good
this
idea.
like a spring break trip?
Yes.
I remember hearing about this.
The whole team went.
Wait, did Kira go?
Did Kira go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I would know. Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah.
I've heard some stories.
I would have said no too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We met up with Kira had some friends down there. We met up with.
Yikes. I would have double no.
It was fine. We were all safe. Everyone
Oh,
We're
back
all
alive.
safe. Yep.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to
Safe
know
enough?
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ever. But that was so cool. That group was like that was the most successful group. It started there, and like they were the ringleaders of our success that we've had from then on out. But that group was just so, like, they may not have got along a lot, but like they wanted to spend spring break together. Like,
That's
didn't
really
everybody go
huge.
but like one person or two?
Yeah, it was most of us, for
Yeah.
sure.
And
That is really huge.
and it
if
was
you
just
think
such a
about it.
fun group. Like,
Yeah.
one of my favorite memories is at regionals, Ashley, and we beat Otero in Jordan, or not Jordan, Ty Johnson running around the court.
Yes.
And then like, it was just a fun group. And then I remember one time I don't know what was happening. And you mentioned something about popping your glass eyeball out.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, wait, it's glass? Like, I didn't know at the time. And then I was more concerned that she had a glass eyeball than the fact that she might be able to pop it out.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah, I was like, Coach, whenever like we need to, you tie your shoe there. I was like, I could give us a good like 10 minutes, like like we can keep this going. If we need a break, stir up the momentum,
Yeah.
Look, whatever you need, Coach. I got you. I got you. That's so awesome.
Great. So your sister, twin sister, what is she doing now?
Yeah, so she actually, her and her boyfriend just bought a house in Fremont.
Ooh.
Oh,
okay.
Yes. And so she works remote for Pacha Soap Co. out of Hastings.
What's that?
Oh, you can't say that on here since we have wild asses.
It's a,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
So she's
kidding.
she is an executive assistant to the CEO there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Good for her.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What are your parents doing? They were great.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Are they
Same
still
old.
reffing?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember who it was that they hooked me up with. If it's the current setter that
it was
Hayley Palmieri. Yes. Yep. And she reminded me a lot of you, like her work ethic and everything. So her parents, Ashley Carson's parents, are refs. They still ref, you said, Ashley?
Yeah.
Yeah, volleyball refs.
Okay.
And yeah, they reached out and they're like, you need this kid. Like, she's so good. And Kaylee Palmieri, she played for me, and she worked so hard. Like, she was great.
That's beautiful.
But your parents, Ashley, I loved them. Like, when they were at the games, they were positive parents. Like, if they had anything, I never heard it, but like if there was a ref call or anything, Ashley's mom would look at me and she's like, that's not right. Get them, and she'd be like telling me, she's like, they're doing this wrong. Like, this is a point.
That's funny.
Yeah, they were great. They were great.
Yes. Yeah. They're actually roughing at the state fair
What?
coming up.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. They're like, that's their, I guess we're all out of the house and now they just go ref across the state of Nebraska.
That's
someday, Hayley, your kids will be out of the house. Someday.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be reffing together.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Work on that.
Yeah. What is something that you took away from Coker, your time at Coker?
My time at Coker, definitely how to handle those losses and like still work just as hard when volleyball wasn't going how I wanted it to. And then also, as classes got harder to, like, my study habits definitely changed. But
What is something that, like, as you end your career, your volleyball career, how do you fill that time? Like, what do you do now that you're not consumed by a sport?
I know I'm in medical school, so I don't do much but study. My life is very boring now, but I feel like that is a very hard transition. I feel like I still don't know how to work out on my own without a team or without a coach telling me what to do.
Sure. Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, but now if I'm not studying or working out, I love to bake, and I also love. I'm now like a plant mom, so that's
yeah,
so fun.
That is fun.
Do you, like, what kind of plants?
Yes.
Kind of a little bit of everything. I got a snake plant.
Yep.
I'm trying to get back into succulents. It wasn't a good go the first time.
Don't overwater them.
Great. Okay,
Even
I was
then,
like, I need some tips.
Oh,
yes,
God.
don't overwater.
They can still be so finicky, even if you don't overwater. They are just needy children. Yeah. Yeah.
What else can we ask her?
Oh, I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Are you still doing the Chief Challenger?
Yes. Do you want it?
I mean, I'm sure. Yes, I will take it. Has it evolved? I need to know.
Yeah. So every year it's been different. Cause like when you guys came, it was like the same exact workout, right? Every single day.
Yes.
And so every year it's been different. I change it every single year. And so Hannah, she come up with the one from last year because she ended up studying. She studied that, exercise science. But now it's me again. So these girls have no idea what they're going to get in the gym. It's going to be scary.
So what was it when she was here? I want to know.
Ooh, it was a lot of split jumps. I know of that.
Yes.
And running.
Oh, fun.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot of fun.
Yeah, I still remember it. So the first year, it was just run a mile every day.
Yeah, easy.
Start off, yeah. Then
Easy.
the second year, it was okay. Run a mile every day. Do a minute of split squats, a minute of squat jumps, a minute of burpees, and then I can't remember, and push-ups, obviously.
Oh, good time.
The easy things.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hoot.
I was like, I need to get back into that.
Yeah. So then a few years ago, we changed it to like where everybody had so the sophomores that leave, they come up with a day workout. And so we're doing that again this year. So like we have the Victoria. Oh, that's fun. Kira's calling me. And so, yeah, that's what it is. And like, I know this year will actually be good. And we did switch it. So now it's only 6 days, not every single day. Because Hannah has taught me the theory of rest.
Very nice.
And stretching and mentality, which I've also learned those things too. But I'll send it to you. I should send it to the whole group.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about me. I'll be fine.
You can do it.
Oh, God, yeah.
You can do
Please
it.
do.
Yeah.
You could have got us to do anything for that gear.
I know.
We were so bought in.
Exactly. And that's how they are this year. Did you guys do time-lapse videos? Or how did you guys do it?
No, that was after. That was after us.
Yeah.
We just sent a sweaty picture in every day.
Right. Yeah. A sweaty picture every day. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And you're like, I'll know when you come back and do it in front of me if you've done it all summer.
Oh,
yeah.
girl.
And that's my thing. Like even now, so like now they have to pass it. Like, so every single day is a different day. And like, so the first preseason week, Monday, like you do the Monday workout. And if you don't pass it, you don't get the gear, because if you have to have done it every single day or every Monday, then you should be able to do it really well.
Yes.
And if you don't in front of me, then you don't pass.
Okay.
So now it's like a pass fail.
Jeez. Okay.
And then you have to redo it every single day until you pass it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Lots of miles were ran last year. Lots of miles were ran.
Here we go.
Yeah. Well, Ashley, this was so fun. When you
chatting
come
with
back up to visit
Yes, we'll
in
go
Nebraska,
to Joe and
let me
Joel's
know.
or El Porto.
Yeah, we'll take you on a little vacation.
Yes.
Okay, but we have to know. These are questions we asked towards the end.
Yep.
Are you watching anything currently?
Oh, right now on Netflix, I'm watching Shadow and Bone.
What? What is this? This is the first time we've heard of this.
My boyfriend got me on it, but it kind of has like magic and like darkness. I don't know. I used to love watching all the medical shows, but now that I'm like working in medicine, I don't want to watch that. So now I'm trying to find other things to watch.
Okay. Also, before that question, well, next question. Yeah. Funniest memory at McCook.
Yes.
Funniest memory? Oh. I'm trying to remember. It's probably something Kira did.
Oh, you're
really?
probably exactly right. Probably.
Yeah,
was
let's
Kira.
hear it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yep.
Got to think of something.
know.
That kid
It
was
would just
crazy.
be-
Yeah. Oh God. Did she are you emotionally scarred at all from any experiences with her? Maybe the story.
No, honestly, I loved it. She was so great because I feel like I was pretty, like, I never really celebrate that much. So, like, if Kira was on the court, she got it. She had that on lock. So, you know,
I still remember the first time she played for us. You would have been a sophomore. She was a freshman. And I don't know, she like went to the floor and did like some muscle check. And I was like, she needs to tone it down. Like, what is she doing? This is embarrassing.
Yes, I remember you saying that. Yeah, like what's going on with
and
this
then
girl?
somebody's like, I think that's just her.
That's her energy.
That's her energy. I think she's going to do that every game.
All the time.
Yeah.
In the hall, in the locker room, in the dorms, in the dorm room.
All of it.
When you're out to eat. Yeah.
Did you ever get hurt in college? Like ankles or
What
anything?
was that?
Did you ever get like hurt? Were you ever on the injured list?
No, I don't think so.
But
good.
she never told us her funniest story.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
interrupted
You
her.
gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You gotta
sorry.
think of something, Ashley. Even if it was in New
No,
Orleans.
it's okay. Oh, if she probably just said, "Oh,
You know what? There was a few funny. There was one funny story in New Orleans. So talking about my fake eye, right? I've never even told my parents this. So we had an Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
And so we were all in a house, right? And we all stayed in like groups, but sometimes we'd split into two groups. And so we were both getting back from something. My group got back first. And I don't know who it was. We had this idea. I was like, okay, I'm going to take my eye out and pretend like something happened, like someone down, like I was tied up to a chair or something. Like we're just like, you know,
my gosh.
pranking them.
I think Hannah told me this.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But I have not heard. So
And
yes,
they come-
continue.
They come back and like we're playing this out. I'm trying not to laugh the whole time. And they're like, what's going on? And so it was just so funny. We pranked them real good. They believed us.
That is great.
Oh God.
That is great.
That's why
oh my
you
gosh.
don't go on a trip with Kira.
Yeah, she was probably the one that's like, let's do this, Ashley.
Yeah,
Give
she
me
was
your
definitely-
eyeball. I'll keep it in my pocket. We're gonna tell everybody. Yeah.
Let me put it in my sock. Let me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sanitary. Yeah. It's all good.
That's
Oh,
great.
God. Are you reading anything currently?
We
Am
at
I
the same
reading
time.
anything?
Yeah.
I'm reading my board exam book currently.
That a girl.
I know. No fun. I was like,
Once
I'm
I
not gonna have
asked
good
the question, I'm
recommendations.
sorry. I was like, oh my God, this girl's in the depths of the medical
Right.
world. She's not reading for fun right now. So
But
I
I-
apologize.
I do like romance though. And so I feel like once
Oh.
I'm done, I've seen a lot of the Colleen Hoover. Have you guys read those?
Yes. Yep.
So
Are they
good.
good?
Yes.
I know of young 18-year-olds that read them, and I'm concerned, but
Not all of them are.
I haven't read. I am more of a self-help book kind of
Oh,
person.
well,
here
when you
lately.
need it, you need it.
I
you
know.
So-
Well, all the trauma that I gave all my past players, I have to make myself
yes.
better.
What's your caffeine of choice?
Oh, definitely coffee. I have a full-on coffee addiction now.
There you go.
It
That
started
girl.
at Joel and Joe's, and
Yep.
it's just escalated.
It's just
What was your
viral.
favorite drink at Joel and Joe's? Do you remember?
I don't think I ever got the Cobza. I think I
Thank
would
you.
like get the one
Oh.
with so like the Bison 45 or
Oh,
something
the
like
45.
that.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
yeah.
what Lena gets.
No, it's not.
I thought you got the
I
bison.
get a shot
in the dark. Okay, same
Oh,
thing.
No,
Close
it's not
to
at
it?
all.
No, it's hot?
The Bison 45 is sweet.
They're both hot.
They're both hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you probably didn't get the Cobza because you're a college kid and you couldn't afford it. They're $45.
my gosh.
They are so
Stop it.
expensive.
Yeah.
Stop
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
Stop it. And then, of course, we need to stop doing that.
Yes,
Lena.
we do.
If you've listened, who are you thankful for today and why?
Well, who am I thankful for? I'm definitely thankful for my parents for never letting me like basically play into my disability. They said, "You're fine, figure it out," and like I'm so grateful for that.
So tough love. So like if they wouldn't talk to you for 4 months, you would know they were trying to teach you a lesson, right? About how to move on and, Yeah. Okay, good. Good job, Mom and Dad. Some people struggle with that, like if people don't get back to them. And
Oh gosh.
so that's good. Good job. Yep.
Yeah.
Your parents are awesome. They are so great. You have a very supportive family. And, yeah.
I do. Yes.
They're awesome. Love that. Lena, who are you thankful for?
I am thankful for El Porto today.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm having a nice blended beverage
Yes.
from them right now
Yeah. Huge.
I'm
as we
jealous.
speak. Yep.
Yeah. Well, next time we see you,
Yep.
you're 21 now. So
Yep. Oh, yeah.
it makes me very
Way over.
nervous to drink any alcoholic beverage with my players, even if they're not.
Still?
Yeah, I get nervous, and I know what the COVID crew that came after you guys, like they come back to see me all the time. I like this is their safe spot, and they're of age now, and I'm just like not around me.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
you're still my
Like,
babies.
this is weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I am thankful for all of my players BC before children.
Oh, there we
They didn't
go.
give up, and they just did it, and they were still
Yes.
able to get some positive things out of the program.
Well, I don't know.
And myself.
They survived.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but Ashley, she still talks to me, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, Ashley. Thanks for talking to her.
And just congratulations. I love keeping up with you on Facebook. And that's one positive thing about social media is like, I don't have to, if I was to talk to each one of my players,
Oh my goodness.
that's
all
a lot.
you would do.
But like being able to see what they can do and,
Yeah, that's awesome.
and their families too. Like Ashley, she's an aunt
I am. I'm a new auntie.
to twins.
Oh, what?
Yes.
Yeah. Which is so exciting.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. That's
Bless
super fun.
your sister.
Yeah.
I know.
You go help her
know.
whenever you have free time.
Yes.
Two little
check in
boys,
on
I
her.
know.
Yes.
Check in. And send me a photo of you know who
Yep.
when you get done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
He
so
wants
much.
to meet you, so
Oh my! Come visit. Come visit.
Me or Hayley. Who does you?
I mean both. I'll be-
Yeah, might as well now.
Yeah.
Well, if you come visit, we're going to get him on the podcast because it sounds like he
Knows how to run.
might be
and
more
do stuff.
athletic than Lena and I.
Well, I mean, that's a
Yeah.
stretch.
He
but
also, he also wants to be a college coach. So
well, we
he
need to
can
chat
come.
with him. Hey, since we're kind of heading that way, who's somebody you would like to have to what? Who is someone you would like us to have on the podcast?
Oh yeah, if we could pick somebody.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a loaded question here. I think you need to bring Hannah back. I want to hear her future plans.
Ooh yes. We'll bring Hannah back after because she's at her future right now. Started yesterday, so we'll have to bring her back like after a few months to see how it's going.
It was worth
If
the
it
jump.
was, yes.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's fun. Like with Hannah, just like just the different phases of life and how fast it goes. It's crazy, but very interesting. So, well, thank you, Ashley. Keep in touch and don't forget, once you hang up for me, send me a photo.
Yep.
Okay, will do. Thank you for
right.
having me.
Thank you so much.
See you, Ashley.
See you. Bye.
How cool.
Yeah.
She's the coolest.
Yeah.
One of the coolest.
Better than some of your past players we've had on here. I mean,
But like Ashley's whole story in itself is just amazing. And then like how it all works out and how like the fact that her mom called me like and then like her telling this story, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so crazy.
That is so good. Good stuff.
Great episode. We have some big things coming up, of course. Summer
Always.
though, so if you don't see us on Women's Wednesday, just stay tuned. We'll be back.
Yes, we'll be back.
And again, shout out to our sponsors.
Jolton Jones had me a shot in dark just yesterday, actually. Quite
Ooh.
delish.
I had a hot vanilla latte with marshmallow and almond milk.
Okay.
It was delicious.
It sounds actually
It
really
was
delicious.
really good.
Yes.
And
And we're indulging in a little El Porto currently.
yes,
Yes. So thank you.
And
And
wild ass soap. I
Vivi has been
actually
using my body butter.
Ooh, really?
So I need to go get some more.
I went on a walk with a friend.
Wait.
I know. I knew you were going to take this
Speaking
very.
of invites, I've never been invited to go on a walk. And
Okay.
you know what? One of my younger friends, she's aging quickly, and she loves to walk, read, and sleep.
Oh,
And I'm like, are you 80? Because I'm going in on 50 and those are 3 things I love to do. And she's 22.
oh, look at that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So walking. So you went
So
on a
I
walk,
went on a walk
friend.
with a friend.
With a friend.
With a friend.
Got it.
And I was telling her about how awesome the
Wild A
deodorant
is. Yeah. Okay.
is Wildness soap. And then I had to show her how it activates and it still smells good and it still does its job. So I ran a half a block and I'm like, smell the activation. Like it smells delicious.
So in half a block, you had produced enough sweat to cause a reaction that the deodorant was able to kick in, correct?
Yeah. Yes. And the only reason I was sweating so much is because I ate like 100 crumble cookies. Not 100,000 calories of crumble cookies. So I was a little out of shape.
Okay. Little logged down.
And so it didn't take much.
Okay.
And that was a lot of carbs. And you know me and carbs.
Oh, yeah.
This is why my face looks the way it is
Gluten.
today.
You were,
The inflammation is real.
Oh, gosh. Or inflation.
That's also what happens when you have children. Not only do you become nicer, but then all the things get broken. So.
Yes.
Yeah, because when Kira and all those girls and Ashley was here, I was like athletic-ish.
Oh, the babies ruined that for you?
They did.
I got more athletic.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, impressive. Impressive. I just love this. Well,
did you just realize our fingernails are matching? Oh, I realized early, but I didn't want to distract us. We had to get. I know. Anyway.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to another episode of Coaching Caffeine and Comedy. I'm your host, Hayley Kobza.
And I'm Lena.
To be part of the wave, can't stop. Ever wonder if it